Hello, hello. So I'm back, and what I want to do now before I move on, like I've tried to come up with a scalable, efficient way of repurposing content, but it's still a bit. It is, and I tried talking to Claude to help me with that, but it's still not exactly where at the place that I want. So I'll just take a step back first, and first create like um, a higher level overview of what I want this content creator project to be. And this is something that I do to all my projects. For example, like in my consultancy, I have a copywriter persona where I talk like I tell him the objective about me, the role and profession that I want Claude to take. So I want to give this description like kind of assign a persona slash personality to Claude for each project so that it understands how we should respond and based on what. So what I'll do here is mm, I have I have I've downloaded like three of these documents, which are basically project knowledge from other projects that I have. So basically, it's just a formatting, like telling a bit the objective of the project, who I want Claude to be, how he thinks, the tone, who I am, or you know, for my go-to-market consultant project, for example, I talk about a little bit of the target customers and the main problems that I believe they face. This basically just giving more context. So what I'll do is I'm just adding this so that Claude understands the formatting because I want it, because before I was creating that on my own, but now I want Claude to create that for me. And I'm adding these documents just for Claude to follow as an example on how we should build uh, this document for this project. So I want to create, oh, this is not, so I want to create a document for the project knowledge, which will be basically a document outlining how I want you to respond, to behave, and for you to have more context about what this content creator project is all about, so that every time we chat, you can reference it and you know the best way to respond, the tone, and my context as well. So attached in this message, you'll see three documents. Uh, the reason why I uploaded this document is for you to understand the formatting, because I wanted to create a similar format, obviously with different content, but I want you to follow the structure of having a bullet point and then context, another bullet point, context, and stuff like that. So far I didn't say anything about this project specific itself yet. So I'm looking for the project, which me. Okay. So for this project, basically, what I'm doing is recording my screen and just recording my, let's say, sessions using Claude. Sometimes I record, educational content where it's a series that I probably want to call like Learn Along, where it's just basically recording me and my screen while I try to learn something with Claude. For example, building my first MCP agent or learning more about API wrappers. So it's pretty much just documenting my learning process. Some other type of content is like this one that we are having. I'm recording this exact conversation now, actually, which is what I'm calling quote unquote behind the scenes, where I want to show how I'm building the YouTube channel using Claude. So basically, a lot of it will be just me recording my screen using Claude. And maybe here and there, it can be just recording myself, but generally speaking, it's like a talking head style podcast. So based on that and based on these three documents formatting, create a similar document so that I can upload it to the project knowledge for it to reference and have the most context as possible whenever I have a chat here in this project. Most of the chats that I'll have here is suggestions on how to, no, let me, this will be a huge prompt actually, but let's see. Okay. So most of the chats in here will be probably things that I want to repurpose content. And so for example, I want to create a guide to repurpose long form content into shorter forms, shorter videos, and I want to have like a scalable way of doing that, for example. And so every time I upload the whole video transcript here, I want to based on a guide that will be in the project knowledge, repurpose that content into shorter videos. For example, this is whenever it takes a long time like this, it's not a good sign. Fuck. Most of the chat shorter videos. For example, this is. So let me see. Sometimes I'll open a chat for you to repurpose long form content into shorter videos by following a guide. Some other times I will want to brainstorm content ideas. Some other times I'll discuss positioning. So different aspects of and things that usually someone discuss with their content strategist. Let's see. Be right back. It's taking longer than I expect. I think it's going through all the documents. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. Super interesting. Yeah. To be a polished day against Adam, as someone learning in public and yeah. Great. This is super interesting. It is following the format pretty well. This is great. You avoid jargon over technical as necessary. Yeah. Yeah. It's doing a pretty long, like. Wow. This is very detailed.